back. Made it back to LA. Picking up the car. It doesn't run, it doesn't start. Needs a steering rack. I've got a Haltech to get on this thing, which is great. And if you notice, it's exactly how I left it. The drive shaft is inside the car because Danny and Brad and Alex got the riggers swapped for me while I was away. And they got the drive shaft shortened because it was too long. That's all back together. Needs gear oil. I've got brake lines to go in it, which are in the box. Yes, because one of the fixes I had to do, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you right here, right now. I can show you in a bit. Maybe. I popped a brake line. Like, I want to say, like 2 miles from Ace Racing Engines, Steph's shop, which I actually coincidentally have the shirt on this morning. Popped the brake line, so I had to get pliers. I had 2 hose clamps, and the hose clamp is shut, so there was like no fluid leaking out, and then limp it to the shop, because then from there I was getting a taxi to the airport, and then Danny was picking it up and bringing it here. So yeah, I've got to now get the car in the air. But yeah, now I've got to get the car in the air, get the steering rack out, got to do brake lines, got to put gear oil in it, bleed brakes, do an engine oil change. The turbo's still dead, and so that turbo is in Denver. I've got to drive 1,000 miles to Denver to Rob Lipinski's place. I don't have to. They could have shipped it to me, or I could drive straight to Tulsa and they could bring it with them and put it on there. But yeah, I was like, well, why not? I've got a few days. And say the beautiful LA weather, which is cloudy and nice because it gets really hot during the day. And yeah, let's actually get prepared and get this thing on the road. Alright, I'll put a battery in the thing. Oh, let's turn the kill switch on. There's no fire. That's a good sign. Oh, we have power. The air car gauge is back. Climb into this thing and sit on all the mouse turds that are in here. Okay. So it's in park because, well, there's no drive shaft in it, so. Ignition. We're getting some action. The first time this thing fired up since I shut it off at Ace Racing Engines, like November the 5th or something like that. Insane. I'm stoked. It's alive. It runs. Great. Jobs are good. Now, let's get it running. Like driving. It runs. Let's get it driving. Okay. This is what I had to do. Like 2 miles from Ace Racing Engines because the line was rubbing against the shock, rubbed all the way through and burst just before I got there. So, crimped it off, 2 hose clamps as tight as I could, a couple of zip ties, and it's been there ever since. And it's not leaked either. And there's still fluid in it because the brakes have brake pressure. Like, that's the craziest part. So, and I know that's not ideal. That's getting changed with the Haltech, but that's all we could do in the time we had. But the rest, it's all staying the same. Just that's going to stay in there, and we're just going to get another one put in either that pipe, because I think we've got to change that V-band because the new water turbo is different. I believe, I'm not 100% certain. If it bolts up, great. But yeah, oh, it's so good to be back working on this thing, even in the desert. Even in the desert. Don't worry, the jack is still on here. It's safe. It's not going anywhere. But yeah, it's great. Cobwebs and all. I don't think you can see it. Oh yeah, you can just see them in the beating sun. But I wouldn't have it any other way to be working on my modern car in the US. Stoked. pump is so much better when it's got fuel in it. We're getting there. I don't remember it smoking like that before.
Is it the cam sensor?
It's got RPM. I don't know about the cam sensor.
It's running at least 4, right?
man race week and 6th American Death Week into Moab. Insane. Stopping on the way. The car is running really good. I've got to be careful of that rear wheel bearing because I think there's something wrong with it. But I'm kind of ignoring it right now. But yeah, car is running so good considering the Haltech is on. Maddie's set up the like bass tune so it could do self-learning, and yeah, other than a couple of little tweaks that we've made, it's just doing it itself. And you know, stoked. There's no turbo on this stuff right now, even though the exhaust selects here. There's no turbo wheel on there, so it's just basically straight pipe. So it's super loud. You're also desperately in need of a bath. But that'll get done when I get to Denver. Yeah, everything's still here, the hit track is still on, the car is sat on the bump stop on the back. I wonder why though. The big boy. Hold on. Woo. Nice. We're here on the way to race week. Race week starts tomorrow. We're still 700 miles away in Denver, which I don't know if you can see over that way. You got Old Yeller in the background, you got the Rocky Mountains. We're here. In a haste yesterday, didn't zip tie the oil feed line and it burnt a little hole in it. It touched the head, well it touched the exhaust. You can just see the mark right there. Touched the exhaust. We're robbing parts off Rob's car. This is a line off Rob's car. I'm robbing fittings out of his pot, and then yeah, that should all be good. Just ignore the oil spill on me. Let's have a good day. Cruising through Kansas. There's not a lot of stuff out here, and it is like, I want to say like 33 to 35 degrees Celsius. It's hot. But yeah, check this out. Stuck in worse traffic jams for sure. Behind the box truck. The only annoying thing is the fuel pump line and me, obviously. Yeah. Alright, so this is where I realised that I didn't record enough stuff from when I actually got to race week. Got to race week super late on the Sunday night. We kind of just hung out, emptied the cars of all the stuff, changed them over into race mode, changed the tyres and stuff like that. I had to get a game plan together because I hadn't been in anywhere in the map for the load for the turbo to make him boost. So we came up with a little bit of a plan of running it on gate pressure and then pinning the wastegate shut. I only have the footage from the live stream for the first run, which is just on wastegate, see what the car will make, see what the car will do, and get into the event that way, which I will roll that footage for you now.
And look at that, there's Tom Bagley. Hi, Tom. Tom's in there sweating in the Fox Mustang. You see the British flag hanging off the back. He flew in from the UK last year, bought this car sight unseen, and competed on Rocky Mountain Race Week with it. Left it in the Los Angeles area so it could get worked on and whatnot. He flew over, got to Los Angeles, did a little bit of work on the car, drove it from LA to Tulsa, and here he is competing on Rocky Mountain Race Week again. So big ups to all the folks in the UK watching Tom. And there he is right there doing the thing with the orange Fox Mustang they call the Knapsack. So Fowler goes 1091, and Bagley goes 1437 in that Knapsack Fox Mustang.
And now I'll roll the footage for the second pass, which we took the reference from the compressor housing, pinned the blow-off valve shut, and then pinned to the top of the gate shut, with a couple of bleed-off holes just to see how much boost it will make. You can see from the footage the boost controller went into overboost mode. Now that is a GFB boost controller which I used for 2.0 last year and Death Week last year. Not using it this year. We were trying to get the Haltech to control the boost, which, no fault to the Haltech, I think the boost controller wasn't working very well, and we couldn't figure out why. We didn't figure it out the entire week. So here is that footage now. You can see the smoke come out of the pipe, which I will show you what happened the following day. Well, this needs to go into there, because what I think we've done is I think we've blown a hole in it. So Eric has kindly gifted me a piston and a rod, and now I've got to take the whole thing apart. Thankfully we don't need to pull the motor, because we think we can get the pan off with the K member that we have. Just got to move the steering rack off. We'll see what happens. Jack it up and get to work. This is the day 2 drive day, so I've got all day all night and then 350-mile drive to do, so we'll see how this goes. It's 12:15, a little update. The head is basically to come off. I just got to do the head bolts and then it's ready to come off, and I'm kind of recording this now because I'm semi-happy, but that cylinder in the end is not. No compression really, so the fix, stuff this in there and hope for the best. But yeah, so the pan is off, obviously the intake's off, this head is ready to come off, all the valve train is out, it's all organised. And look at all, oh, blurry camera because I've got oil on it. And yeah, yesterday went really well, other than the fact that I dropped my phone in the pairing lanes just before the pass, before it had no compression on the cylinder. Cracked the screen, great. So there's that. The tent that I've got is like a sweat box, because it was like 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 34, 35 degrees. Well, it feels like it's, I think it converts to like 32. Stupid hot, at like midnight, crazy. So yeah, time to get this back fully torn apart and then back together, and then do the 350-mile drive today, hit all the checkpoints, and yeah, let's get to it. Alright, motor's apart. I'm pleased. It's the problem I thought it was. Check this out. We lost the top of the piston. Looks like it lifted the ring, shot the top of the piston up, so the rest of these don't look too bad. Like, there's no ring ridge, there's a little bit of scoring in the walls, but you know, I'm not overly upset about it. There's a little bit of trash in here from stuff that's fallen in from the valley because I'm doing this out here, literally all by my own. So let's get those 2 rod bolts undone, slide the piston out, slide the new one in, and hit the road. That'll do it. It broke there, and it's also cracked in here as well. See, you got headline crack right there, right there. It looks really good otherwise. The rings are, it didn't bust the ringland, so the ring was round towards the right hand side, not the left, so I think the piston just failed. But yeah, you can literally see there's pieces coming out right here. So yeah, I think the piston might have just failed. This one is a little grimy, but I'm going to try and clean it up best I can. Pop it in. Only downside is, at the minute, this is stock rod bolts, whereas the old piston has ARPs, which are on here, and you can't use this cap because the bolts are specific. The cap is specific, so I've got to figure out how to get the bolts out of the other one to wind into that rod. So at least then I have ARP rod bolts in all 8 cylinders and not just 7, because I don't want to be doing this again. Alright then, let's keep going. Alright, it's all back together. Got the Haltech plugged in. Gonna see what happens. This is the first time I've redone this in the LS, so let's have a go. I've earned this ice cold putting this thing back together. It appears fine. I have a wicked exhaust leak from that, but that was causing me problems earlier. So I'll just turn the Haltech to stop self-learning because it's going to try and correct for that, which is a mistake. So yeah, but otherwise the car runs. I'm stoked. It's hot, hence why I'm now in the shop for Tulsa Raceway Park, because there's no one here and the doors was open. I was like, yep, I'll use it as shade. Alright, and it's bound. Massive shout out to the guys at Tulsa Raceway Park. Guys have been incredible, checking up on me throughout the day. It is setting now, the sun. It's like 7 o'clock. I've now got 350 miles to drive to Ennis, and the guys are here. Well, there's one of the guys still here. Let me pull in, use the shop for the shade. The showers are still open, so I managed to get a shower. Just noticing I didn't get all the dirt on my nails, but I feel like a human being again, and I'm not filthy. I am a little bit, but yeah, my arm was covered in oil. That's what we get. So now, hit the road. Maybe have some GoPro footage, we don't know. We'll see what happens. So GoPro's by the side of my seat, ready to go. But I need to post-haste get to checkpoints. There's 4 checkpoints to do, and then the 5th is the track. Let's do it. One. artwork. That's called a present temperature. Ice cold. Awesome stuff. This is not an official checkpoint, but this is a checkpoint from the one that I did. My second ever event actually. Did Sick Week and then 2.0 in 2022. And now I'm back here in my own car. So that's super cool. Oh, and it might be. I hope that's not from me. Let's have a look. Day 3. I should already be at the track this day, but I got so tired I pulled over on the side of the road way before I got to Force Performance and decided to have a sleep. So hit up Force Performance in the morning, first thing, and then cruised on over to Yellow Belly, which was awesome. Got to Yellow Belly and the owner was out front doing some yard work and fixing his tractor. Noticed the flag on the side of the car and was like, hey, you know, you're not from here, do you want a tour of the track? And he did, gave me a full tour of the track, which I will upload all that footage separately, and got little snippets of it in here. Also let me make a pass. Now this was kind of in quotation marks. I ran down the drag strip, I started the car fully loaded, still had the street tyres on it, even the hitch rack with the radials and the fuel was still on the back of the car. But I can say I went down the Yellow Belly drag strip. I'm counting it. How many people can say they made a pass at Yellow Belly on a Rocky Mountain Race Week? There's not going to be many people that can say that. Insane. Huge shout out to these guys. They saw me pull up at the gate to take the photo and they were like, hey, do you want to make a pass? Yeah, sure. Amazing. Once I finished at Yellow Belly, friends of mine, Eric and Crystal Carroll, hit me up and said, hey, we've got a hotel room upgrade, got an extra bed in it, would you like it and would you like to use a shower? Which I absolutely agreed to after having not that much sleep. I didn't sleep very well on Sunday night with having broken the car, and then the previous night I slept sat upright in the Kirky seat at the side of the road, and it was like 45 degrees centigrade inside the car because I had to roll the windows up to keep the bugs out. So yeah, I was really appreciative of their shower and a bed to sleep in, which I didn't take full advantage of. Got to Texas Motorplex and decided to do a complete service on the car. There's no air filter on the car, so check that one off the list. Did an oil and a filter change with some new Valvoline VR1, which strangely wasn't available anywhere. I started in LA and was dead set on doing an oil change in LA. Valvoline VR1 was not available. Couldn't find it. Got to Denver, it wasn't available for 150 miles. When I got to Texas Motorplex, the local Walmart had some, so I jumped at the chance of changing the oil and the filter, which I was way overdue. I sort of changed it doing the piston and rod swap, but I didn't have any, and there wasn't any available in hundreds of miles. Got all that changed. Got some awesome pictures with Michael Narks, which was great mid-maintenance. Then went out, make a couple of passes, just to kind of check everything was okay. I didn't trust the car after having it apart, so didn't want to chuck a load of boost at it. Just wanted to make some passes, stay in competition, and enjoy the rest of the week. That was the goal. Having left Texas Motorplex early in the morning, we had some problems. I was cruising with Rob Lipensky and the old yellow gasser. It wasn't doing so well, towing the really heavy camper in the ridiculously high temperature. The transmission in that car was not happy at all. We added an extra transmission cooler in front of the intercooler, right at the front of the car, getting as cold airflow as it could have been. It was really hot outside anyway. And even then, still, it was getting super hot. The engine was overheating. It was not good. We made it through the first checkpoint and the second checkpoint. Made it. so I can't take photos because my phone's overheated.
Shocker.
I know, funny that.
I'm pretty sure the thing just said that the real feel last I looked was 116.
Girls up to that shady tree.
So we're gonna switch our sprayer line down to the trans cooler.
However, I had to abandon Rob and leave him at the side of the road because with the speed that we were going, we was not going to make it in time to Thunder Valley. And Rob was confident enough to say, when I get there, I'm not making a pass, even if I get there in time. And so he was like, you go ahead, you still got to make a pass and stay in competition. Since my car was behaving relatively good, actually. It was warm. It got up to like 205, 210. But it wasn't boiling over. The trans was cool. Everything was happy inside the car. So I abandoned them, I hit the road and motored on to Thunder Valley Raceway. I got there about 9 o'clock. And unfortunately, I've only got the footage from the live streams because I did not record anything at all. I was so tired, I just got the car unpacked, got the wheels and tyres changed over, and then went straight into the lanes.
Take that. And that's going to bring up Tom Bagley. Bagley pulling to the water in the left lane. The Fox Body Mustang with the UK flag on the back. Again, this is the cat that flew over from the UK after he bought this thing sight unseen on Facebook Marketplace last year. Dropped it off in LA on his way back home. Had it worked on for a little bit. And then flew back into LA this year. Drove it to Tulsa. And competing here on Rocky Mountain Race Week. I think he just got here on site as well. He's lined up against Cameron Thorpe. Thorpe in the Volvo wagon. LS swapped with an LSA supercharger. Survey says 11:22 in the right lane. That'll be no help. The left lane goes 14:33.
The following day, we left for Mocan Raceway, which is a really cool track. Real short shutdown. The cars that were going quicker than 850 were only running the 8th mile, but cars like me could run the full quarter. It's such an awesome track, one that I'd never been to before, which is great to take another track off the bucket list. I had some good times. I decided to pin the wastegate shut again, and Matty thankfully put boost safeties in and make sure the car was super safe and super happy, which was awesome. You can see from the onboard footage and the exterior footage, courtesy of Jesse from 3G Video, that it wasn't very happy. It backfired a couple of times to the exhaust. A lot of people were concerned that the car was hurt and wounded because of the size of the flames and how many flames it shot, but it was just the boost safety kicking in. The car was fine. The car still cranked over on the compression on all cylinders and was good to hit the road the next day.
Oh my goodness. 1540. Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Mocan, you've been good to me. I don't know how much you can hear because of the wind, but let's now head on back to the sweatbox. It's Tulsa. This cloud cover while it doesn't look very good, is a blessing. It is nice and cool out. It's like, I don't know, 85 degrees. It's like 20 degrees, 22 degrees in Celsius. In British, you know, you guys know. And yeah, so let's get back in old Knapsack, which I left the race tyres on because it's only a 130-mile drive and I really couldn't be bothered to change them last night. And I'm only going to have to change them again when I get to Tulsa. They're almost done, destroyed anyway, they're so old. And I was like, yeah, you know what, just leave them on. Trying to talk to Matt and see if he'll let me do a big burnout and like finish them off. I still have the street tyres to get back on, so that's not a problem. And yeah, we'll go from there. Good morning. You ready to go back to the sweat box at Tulsa?
Yeah, because I got AC over there. So.
Oh, stupid, stuffy.
Yeah.
Look at the fucking fitment now. Yeah. Not bad. To Tulsa. Thank you, Mocan. Car's running great after the big backfire last night. So yeah, this will be fun. Alright. On to Tulsa, the sweat box. Day 6, the drive from Mocan back to Tulsa Raceway Park, the start of Rocky Mountain Race Week. This was a really short drive and really nice just to chill out, be on the road, cruise with friends. Got back to the track to have a surprise that Rob decided to drive from Thunder Valley back to Tulsa with the truck and trailer with everything loaded on and camp out. So I had some AC in the caravan for the day and could hang out with friends, which was so nice. I was gutted to leave them on the side of the road. So super nice hang out with them for one more day. Here we go, made it back. Tulsa Raceway Park. All the driving is done, the event is done. I am so stoked. Welcome to Tulsa Raceway Park. Here the car is running. We made it. The last day of Rocky Mountain Race Week is different to any other drag and drive event. Once you arrive at the track, you can officially break the beams and complete the event, pack up and go home. Or you can take part of the bracket race, which is what I decided to do. I knew the car could run a fairly consistent 13.5, 13.6 on like wastegate pressure. We decided to negate the boost control at all, just run wastegate. The car was happy and would run fairly similar numbers every single time. I got into round 3 of the bracket race, which was great. However, the car next to me in round 3 took longer to get into the beams than the previous cars I had. And my car made an extra 2 pounds of boost on the trans brake and then made more boost out the back. So I should have let out. I could have won that if I'd let out and played the game a little bit, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to see about going as fast as humanly possible in this thing, and that's what I did. Massive, massive, massive shout out to Matt Frost from Rocky Mountain Race Week for sponsoring the car for this event. I couldn't have done it without you or June. Like, words cannot describe how thankful I am for that. I'm so looking forward to the Rocky Mountain Race Week 2025 birthday party. It's going to be incredible. Can't wait to be back. Another huge shout out to Benny from Benny's Custom Works and Matty from Haltech. Got the Haltech through Benny, which is awesome. I'm so happy with that ECU. It is incredible what that thing can do, and I believe my car would not be alive today without that ECU. If I did what I did with it on day 1 with that stock ECU, I think there could have been a lot more damage than what there was. And Matty, I'm sorry for not providing you with data that you needed, but you're a trooper. We worked through it, we found the problems, we solved them. The car is still alive and running perfectly. It's literally the best it's ever ran, and I am so thankful to have you guys on board with this. There is also a ton of racers that I need to thank for this event, checking up on me, like keeping me updated with where they am, whether they're at the parts store, whether I need anything. Like, I'm so stoked for that. It has been unbelievable. So huge shout out to Alex. We've got Rob and Christy, McKenna and Skylar from the Penske family, legends. We've got Red Hat Scotty, and you've got Chad from Bankshift. Again, what these guys are going to do with the car while I'm gone is going to be insane. Huge shout out to everyone in the Rocky Mountain Race Week tent, and Matt and June once again. Total legends. The event is getting better and better and better every single year, and I would always have a Rocky Mountain Race Week event on the calendar. One of the best, well put together events. Has a family sort of vibe. Everyone is treated the same no matter whether you're running 14 seconds, you got 20 seconds, or whether you're running 7 seconds or 6 seconds in the quarter mile. You're all treated the same, you're all treated equally, which is so good to have. And to have that feeling that you're well appreciated at an event is just incredible, no matter where you're from. A lot of people could say to me, oh well, you're an outcast, like you're not from the US, why are you doing this? But no, everyone stopped and said thank you for taking part in the event, for being there, flying all this way and driving from LA to Denver, and then driving from Denver to Tulsa, 1,700 miles to get to the start of the event. Literally everyone's like, you're nuts. Yeah, that's true.